Like, subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos from PHN Learn. For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.
Hello everyone, welcome to the HTML and CSS tutorial by PHN Technology Private Limited. So in this tutorial we are going to create a skill bar, we are going to insert our image and also create a table. Now all these things are going to come inside the introduction section. So let's just start with it. So let's just go in our editor and see for the code. Now I have already given the ID intro and I have called it, so that whenever I am going to click on introduction, I would be navigated to the introduction section. That's right. So now what will we do is we will go into the section and we will enter a paragraph over here, since we want to enter some details. So I have already created my content. It is basically like an elevator speech, okay, and you should prepare it on your own. You will find so many templates inside the Google which would help you a lot, okay. So I'm going to give here 2 breaks. The reason is I want a little more space, okay. Now we can create 2 to 3 paragraphs over here, but I am preferring break, okay. Now I want this paragraph to start with a little space, okay. So for that I am going to use the element and person and NBSP. Now this particular NBSP stands for no break space, and it is going to create a little bit of space without breaking the line. Now you can see how. So let's just create in here. Now you can see the oh hello has some little bit of space in here. I believe, okay, I think by mistake I have entered over here. So I'll just remove it. Now you can use different fonts using font family for every section you want, but I'll give you an advice that you should have a particular font for your entire website. That makes your website look good. Now we need to define some styling for this text, right? So we'll go in the create a new file, give it as CSS and save it as intro. That is for our introduction. This particular styling file is for our introduction section. So intro, and we will make sure that we link that CSS file in here in our HTML document. So I am adding here intro.css. Now let's just save this first, and now we will add for intro. My intro is an ID, so I'm going to give slash. So intro and for P. So my parent is intro and my child is P tag. I'm going to give text align as justify. Now I can increase the font size here to 23px. It's a random number. You can decide on your own. There are so many things you can do with this particular font, right? So I've saved it, and now the text would be little bigger and it would be justified. So the text is little bigger now, so I want to reduce it to 18px, okay? It was better when it was small, because my heading is looking small over there now. Okay, so here we are, now it is justified. So the second thing we are going to do is we are going to add an image over here, so that when the person reads this, our image is there. So I have already downloaded my image. I have put my image inside the images folder, and now I am going to create some space for the image. For that we use the image tag. So the image tag goes as img, and then for the src, here we will enter the file name. Now image tag is an unpaired tag, and there are so many attributes of image, such as the alt text, which is used the most, then the long description and height, width. All these things are very important attributes and the others for the image. So I'm using alt, and what does the alt do? Alt gives an alternate text to the image if our image isn't displayed. So this is also used by the search engines to display our images in the searches. Okay, so I'm going to give alt because I don't need to give a long description here, so I'm not using long disk. So I'm going to enter my name, that is PHN Technology only, because this image is for PHN Technology. Now I need to enter the address. So I'm going to go in images/me.jpg. Let's just see if this works, or we have to change the address. And how will we check if it is going to work or not? Okay, so this is working. So well and good. Now what do we want? We want this particular thing, this particular text to come beside it. And what is happening right now? It is creating two different spaces for itself. So what we are going to tell it? We are going to tell this image to float to the left or the right side. Now I am going to float it to the right side. Okay, so float right. I'm going to save this and I'm floating it to the right side. Now it is overlapping my content. Okay, so we will do something about it. So for that, what we are going to do is we will tell the P and define the size and the width of this, that is the width of the image as 20%. Okay, and now give some padding or margin to this particular image as well as this content, so that it comes inside or it avoids overlapping. So for that, what I'm going to do is we will go here, we'll go in the intro image. Okay, we'll first give padding to this particular thing. Now we need all the 4 parameters, so that's why I'm using this is for top, right, bottom and left, 4 values. So we will use the inspect option to see them, right? So we'll just select this particular thing, the P tag, and here's the padding. So we'll just apply it here. So we can give it from here, that this is the top, we want it for left, right? Yes, for left, and then for right. We want a little more for right since it is overlapping the image, or let's just give some margin to it so that it acts properly. So we'll just make sure that the right and the left have same space. Now let's just give some margin right as some 2%, or let's just increase this. Okay, we'll increase it till it gets out of the image. Okay, so we have solution to every problem over here. Now this is how my text is looking. Okay, now we need to copy these properties so that they don't get lost, because it is not going to directly affect in our file. So we need to give padding to this particular tag also. I'm going to give it a 20px. So let's just refresh it and then select the image and increase the padding. Okay, so that it comes in the center. Yes, so we have given its padding. Now it will not overlap with the particular thing, but before only that we have given some margin. Okay, if we would have given padding, so what the overlapping could have been avoided. Okay, so this is how we have created the content and our image, and our website looks something like this. Now after this we are going to add the education table. Now we'll just see how we add the education table. Okay, so to add the education table, we are first going to we will go and use the table tag. The table tag is used to create the table, and there are like the tr tag, the td tag and the th tag to give the components of the table. The tr is used to give the row, the td is used to give the column, and the th is used to give the headings of the table. So we will first give the tr. We need a row to enter the headings as well. So I'm going to give th, and there we are going to give our sections which we want, what column names we want. So first would be the passing year, right? Or you can just have 2 of it, like you can have like school education. Okay, like whatever you have studied, and the second one could be a percentage. Now you can add any number of rows, and you can use as many columns you want to. Okay, then we will declare the content. For that we use the tag td. That's right. So the td tag here, the education, let's just take that I'm going to enter for my 10th standard. Okay, and it's your choice. You can use this table for any purpose. It's not necessary that you want to display your percentage. You can use this particular thing for any purpose. Okay, so I'm going to enter something like 78% and enter. So let's just copy this so that we have a little bit of content for ourselves and the table looks quite big, and so that I can define some good styling for it. Now after declaring the table, let's just see how it is going to look. Now you can use this particular heading again in here, right? Like you can just copy this and let's just be organized, right? And enter education over here and save this. So you can see my table has been created. Now you can give a particular margin and padding to these subsections so that they shrink a little, okay, from the corners, from the right and the left corner. Now you can see that this particular thing has come very small and has no styling at all. So we need to give the styling for this, right? So we will go into our intro. We'll enter the parent name and then the tag name as table, right? And we cannot just style the table. Whatever will be applied would be applied to the table. If you want to give designing to the components, we have to enter the component name as trth. Okay, so we will enter table and give the width as 100%. Then we would, and let's just see what happens. So you will see that the width of that particular table has increased. Now we can align the text as center. Okay. Now after this, you can also give the border for this. You can apply different things over here. So after creating the table, I want to introduce pseudo class selector. So the pseudo class here is helpful for giving styling or giving some particular attractiveness to the elements, just like, or the characteristics of the elements. Just like I have a table over here. What can I do with the table? I can take my mouse over it. So after I take my mouse on it, that particular row could be highlighting, right? So for that we use the selectors, the pseudo class selectors. And how are they declared? So let's just take for hover only. Okay, I'm going intro table and I'm selecting hover. Now I want let's just say that I want to change the font size as soon as you hover on that. Now what am I doing here? I'm doing it for table, right? But what do I want to do for? I should be doing it for tr, right? The row should be highlighted. So the font size of that particular row should increase. So let's just see what we can do here. So let me refresh it first. So you can see whichever row I am clicking, it is the size of that particular row is increasing. Now in this particular table, what all you can do? You can create the borders, you can define the borders, or you can define a particular borders. Like I just can give here bottom, or let me just take it intro tr. I can define border sides, right? Just like intro tr, and then I can give border bottom as some, let's just say solid. Let's just define the size first, the width 2px, and then it is solid and it is of white color. So I have defined it. Now let's just see what will happen. A bottom border would be created. Okay, so we need to give it for td and th, I guess. it is not working for tr, since the row, it would take the entire row, right? The rows would be defined, right? So you can see the lines have appeared. I was wrong. We cannot give it for row. Rows go like these. We need to give it for column, right? So you can just define for th over here and remove the td. So you can do all kinds of exploring with the properties of CSS, and properties of CSS will never fail to surprise you. So you can see. So now this was about the education table and the introduction part. Now in the next tutorial we will learn to make the skill bars, how we can show our skills using the skills bar, which would also have the number. So let's just meet in the next tutorial. Till then, please keep exploring, and I hope that you style your table and this particular section very nicely. See you in the next tutorial. Thanks.
For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.